Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Woo! We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's only been a few hours. But we're back nonetheless. Thank you so much. This was a impromptu live stream. I wanted to just jump in. I want to check some settings, and also just want to see how you all are doing after last night's upset victory, landslide victory for Team Cleanhouse. We just want to talk a little bit about it, hear your comments and such of that nature. Maybe take a couple comments while I'm checking the systems out and hear what your thoughts were. Give my assessment of what has happened and such like that, and then we'll get out of here. So thank you so much for jumping in. Just wanted to, again, give you a chance to kind of talk about it. I know lots of people have been posting about it. If you go to the various Facebook groups and such like that, there's just been tons of conversation about it, news outlets and all of that kind of good jazz. So just want to open up another way of communicating on that and just kind of see what you all are thinking. How did you feel about the victory? How'd you feel about the slate, the bringing in a Stan Brown? What'd you think about Tiffany's? The 12% didn't even come to her victory party. Like, what were your thoughts? I dropped a community post and I asked, what was the most surprising thing for you yesterday as relates to Dalton? And please understand, we are all undocumented Dalton residents, so you have a say in this case as well. So don't feel like you don't have a case in there at all. And I am trying to, I've been having a couple issues with my computer. It's been acting crazy. So I wanted to try it live and see if I can figure it out. So we'll see. A lot. I realize a lot of people are posting to me or tagging me in their videos about Tiffany being finished. It's over for her. I agree. What's going on, Kiana? How are you? I want a new video. I'm telling you, I'm a little bit disappointed because I know she's not gonna drop that rap album. I'm like, I need that video. I need that. We deserve. That's what. Look, you feeding the people. You're gonna feed these YouTube content creators. So give us that video, Tiff. Do it. Just do it. I know it's gonna hurt your feels, but just go ahead and do it. Get it out. Get it out. Anyway, how are you doing, Kiana? Hopefully you're doing well. Did you have anything particular that surprised you about good or bad from Team House or from the Injustice League? Anything stand out to you? And like I said, I put a community post on my page, just kind of see like what really stood out to you yesterday. You know, the Jason House got some moves. I mean, did that surprise you? What stood out to you that you're like, oh, okay. That, Kamal owns a car wash and his car is as dirty as anybody else's. I mean, that stood out to me too. Just these things like that. So yeah, I just wanted to just jump in. I was trying to check some settings and I'll probably actually I need to add some music to this. Hold on 1 second. I've not had music in a while. Let's go with got my West Coast sound. I'm actually looking to add some more music, so hopefully I'll have that soon. What did you say, Q? You said this. I'm surprised that it wasn't close. I really have no faith in people. I'm glad Dalton proved me wrong. I agree. That's another reason why I don't think she's going to sue, because it was such a demonstrative upset that, I mean, she'd have to prove that, again, that was some kind of voter suppression or some kind of shenanigans. And I don't think there's any way for her to do that without just wasting people's money and resources and still not proving it. So I didn't expect it to be that bad. I ain't gonna even lie. Now that I will agree with you 100%, Q. I will agree 100%. Is this music too loud? I think it might be. Yeah. Shout out to the news. They've been copyright striking everybody today because of the coverage of the thing. Shout out to the news that's been taking our videos down. Shout out to them. What's Piggy Doo say over here? Maybe a play taps for the death. Oh, well, she's in Illinois. And let's just tell the truth. Illinois is a different kind of beast when it comes to corruption and politics. So I don't want to say that her career is over with because she's in Illinois. So what's going on, Malika? How are you? I just wanted to just jump on very quick. I'm testing some things, trying to figure out why my computer's been running slow, running a couple tests, and said I just jump on to kind of hear what are your thoughts after the election. You know, how are you feeling about them moving forward? Did anything surprise you? I dropped a video about that. Did anything surprise you? Not a video, I apologize, a community post about the outcome. Like Kiana said right here, the difference was crazy. I did not expect 88-12. I just did not see that coming. I really thought it was going to be more balanced. You know, if you told me it was going to be 60-40, I'd have believed it. I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. Maybe I could have believed 70-30, but 88-12 was just, I did not see that coming at all. I also didn't expect such a turnout, being the fact that there's only 16,000 registered voters and have 24% of them come out was pretty big. So I do think that's pretty wild. Now, I heard Doge is setting their sights on California. I heard Doge is setting their sights on Cali. I just watched something about that probably about an hour ago. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people asking about this altercation. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was, I have no idea. So I saw it, but what I've heard and understood, it wasn't like the brawl at Thornton Township. It was just like a scuffle. And it could have been a lot of reasons for a scuffle. So I don't know what happened, and I haven't dug into it. And yeah, so that was that. So I think the music sounds pretty good. And yeah, I just wanted to hear what you all thought. What was your assessment of it? Do you all feel that, what do y'all think about the young ladies that were running on Tiffany's ticket? Do you think they're going to show their faces at work today? You think they're laying low? Like what? That was craziness. I'm like, man, how in the world are y'all? I've never seen y'all together. I've never seen y'all doing anything. That just seems such a weird take. What's going on, Lewis 4277? What are you saying here? Good morning. Thank you for answering my quick question before the end of last night's show. What is your email? I have 2 screenshots for you. Okay, thank you so much. dearwokec@gmail.com. I got it right there. There it is. Lewis, thank you so much. Yeah, y'all filled my email up last night. Man, I got so many clips from various and sundries. That was great, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Lots of great, I want to say boots on the ground, but you all are all over the place. So not many of you all are actually in Dalton, but the fact that you all found some good content, found clips, found that picture of her victory party and such like that, man. Thanks so much, man. That was wild last night. And I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. Somebody needs to do a wellness check on Tiff. Call the roll. We do need to call the roll on Tiff for sure. I don't think she's going to hurt herself. I don't think that, but I can imagine how you'd have to be like, I don't even know if this is even possible to be that disconnected from society to see that literally, as Teddy Pendergrass said, the whole town's laughing at you. And by town, we mean dang near the world is laughing at you. Like the collective world is in agreement that you are a failure. That's amazing. Like I can't imagine the pressure she's feeling right now. Waking up this morning, she's not going to get hired again at Thornton. That's just a wrap. Unless there's some bona fide high yield shenanigans. It's not going to happen. She lost her mayoralship. Everybody knows every ins and outs. They know about your bad wigs. They know about your rented married boyfriend. They know everything about you. And it's all on display. I can't imagine how she's feeling. I cannot imagine how she might be feeling right now, man. That's got to be a lot. Conflict did not involve voter celebration. Someone who was upset about the story their news station had broadcast, it got loud, security quashed it, and partied on. Okay, thank you, Butter Milkin, CB. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know much about it. That's why I I woke up this morning. I just did not have enough mental energy to put into that. I stayed up late editing videos and then wake up this morning and see that the news had copy strict one. I'm like, man, come on. Actually, they hit two of them. Like, man, come on. So I just didn't have time to think about it. Let me open up my email over here on this side. I think my system is working right. It's been running slow for some reason. And I am not getting this Mac thing down. I keep talking about it, but I am not getting it. There's some things that Macs do that just do not make sense to me. Okay, I am looking through here, but so yeah, I thought that was dope last night. I just want to jump on real quick, say what's up to y'all, give y'all a chance to kind of chop it up and say what's happening, all that kind of good jazz. I do want to say congratulations again to Team House and them prayerfully. Now that all of the hugabaloo is up, hopefully we can have somebody come by and talk. We got a month before the next election, the general election. Hopefully I'll have a visitor come by and chop it up a little bit. I'll keep you all posted on that. And shout out to all the content creators. I just want to say, we've done these big scale events like the YSL trial is a major event where there's lots of content creators that are involved in it. But I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with the amount of content creators that have jumped into this Dalton Thornton scenario and have been super helpful. There've just been a ton. So, shout out to all of the content creators. I would be remiss if I tried to name them all, but you all know who I'm talking about. There are some great content creators. And if I start naming some, I don't want to forget another. So there's just some excellent content creators. I'm really impressed with this community because they've been so helpful to one another, so helpful to each other. I mean, think about how much of our content came from Alicia or Vivian or No Apologies, Critical Smoker. Like those are some people who we got a lot of our content from. Okay. And, shout out to them. They've been out there literally in the trenches. They're not just kidding, but they're literally in the trenches involved in what's going on over here. Let's see what we got. All right. Got me some screenshots. Boy, this is so sad. Yeah. Shout out to Craig. Just sent me some screenshots from the event. I don't know what this was, man. Absolutely, Piggy. Do send me a prayer request. Absolutely. What in the world? Let me just pull these up again. I put these actually in a video today. The video, I think it says Tiffany Henyard's team didn't show up or something like that. But man, this is so bad. Like, and apparently this is a local place, so she didn't have to be all secretive as she was being last night in the news. Like, I don't want to tell you where I'm going or where I'm going to be. You didn't have to do all that. You could have just said, okay, hey, it's over here at this place, and you could have been good. And this poor lady right here, poor lady, what is she thinking? What is she thinking right there? What is she thinking? So first of all, why do you have a mask on still, man? It's 2025. Let that go. But what are you thinking right there, lady? Bless her heart. And so I did want to say again, thank y'all to all of the content creators that I've met while we've been over here doing this. Like, shout out to them. There've been some excellent content creators. And again, I know I'll miss some if I start naming them off, but there's some that are right boots on the ground right there in Dalton that have, again, been the way that we have communication, the way, that's actually where it was. I forgot the exact name off the top of my head, but yes, it wasn't too far away. Tiffany's celebration party place was not too far from Team House. You came from out of the bushes. Well, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. Now, you know what, Peach? I don't think so. Because think about it. She's got almost 2 months left. Because whoever becomes mayor will become mayor in the beginning of May 2025. So this is technically the beginning of March. So she's a lame duck for 2 months. And nobody knows how much money they've spent. Nobody knows how broken the system is. Nobody knows any of that stuff. She could be wreaking havoc right now, and nobody will know that she just did it. I mean, so I don't know if she's going. I don't know unless something comes in play that removes her power, or whatnot, limits the power, takes the money. Takes all financial management away from her. Any magic credit cards or anything like that, gets that out of her pockets, out of her hands. I'm not certain that this is the end of her spending money. And please understand, she can spend money by wasting your money too, by filing a lawsuit, something stupid. Because I wouldn't be surprised. Though I don't think she could file a lawsuit about, asking for a recount or anything like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to sue because of like that school. Remember, she went to the school yesterday and they didn't have signage saying that the school was closed. She might waste money, and her attorneys seem like people that probably would maybe file a lawsuit just to waste money because they're going to get paid, so they don't care. Oh, you want to file a lawsuit? Yeah, say less. Let's go. So I just think that's interesting, but hopefully, Lord willing and being gracious, Tiffany will just go and be quiet. I personally hope that she'll go and reflect over. I know this is a real pipe dream, but I'm hoping that she reflects on this loss and really does an autopsy on it. Because there's a lot of missteps. If you take time and step back and look, there's a lot of missteps in this case, and that's just from what we see as undocumented Dalton residents, not people that live in Dalton, because I'm sure they probably see even more. I think if she takes the time and reflects over it and makes some changes, I think she'll be a better person. I'm not saying she needs to get into politics again. I don't know why she's in politics in the first place. She doesn't seem like a good politician, but I digress. That's just my little thought. I don't think just because you don't have anything else to do that you jump and clamor to become a elected official is not a good look. There's certain careers that people just seem to jump in because they can't find anything else to do. And this one seems like she's just jumping in here because she can't find something else to do, in my opinion. But so hopefully she'll take the time to reflect, man. Because last night there was a lot of messages told in those final numbers. Do I have those final numbers? I don't think I have that up. I don't think I have that screen ready. Okay, no, I got this. This will be enough for us to. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can learn from this. Now, I think without saying the fact that you got 16,000 people that are registered to vote, and you got 26% of them to come out on a off-year election. I think that's crazy. A special election at that, not even like the midterms, because sometimes in the midterms, you kind of know that's coming, but this is a special election in February, right? So that fact that you got 26% of the people to come out, 4,400 people to come out and vote, that's kind of impressive. I do think there's something to be said there. Now, for Tiffany, hey, you got 12% of the vote. 536 people voted for you. Ma'am, none of those people came to your event. None of those people came to support you in your quote unquote victory. At least Kamala Harris was at a place and they knew where to be. It was at Howard University. At least they were there. Now, Kamala didn't show up, but at least they was there. At least they had something there. You know, the people was eating chicken wings and listening to music, at least. But also, let's just talk about 536 people. Ma'am, everybody on your slate got as much, if not more, votes than you did. That's going to be problematic moving forward, because I'm sure pretty much all of you remember Tiffany berating the trustees, saying, you ran on my ticket. You ran on my ticket. I pulled you through. You wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for me. This goes to show us something different. And we probably should go back and look at those numbers. But this says something different, Tiffany. Actually, you were the liability here. If she's going to be honest, she was the liability. Because it's fair to say when you see that only 536 people voted for you, but 600 voted for people on your slate, it's fair to say that they would rather have dealt with the people on your slate and Jason House. Because this also means that some of these people that voted for your slate also had voted for Jason. So it's very possible that they would have rather put up with Jason and had your whole slate, your whole team, rather than have you and anybody else, Tiffany. I hope she takes the time to think about that and really, really processes that before she tries to jump out there. You know, she's alluding that she might run for something bigger. Like that's that Stacey Abrams hubris. That's that girl boss pride thing. Instead of taking the time to unpack and realize, like, you know, I really messed up. You talking about running for a bigger position and you just lost 2 positions in a week. You got double fired. You got double fired, but you're going to go become the CEO, the president of the board. You're going to go become the CEO of the company, but you just got double fired. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I think if she unpacks these numbers, man, and I'm sure there's more demographics. I'm sure they can get into male versus female, age demographics, of course, ethnicities if they do that. But I think these numbers are enough to really start steering if Tiffany ever were trying to run again. And truthfully, let's tell the truth. I think this is good numbers for Team House as they're looking at how to position themselves to run against Cassandra, Hobson, Jordan. I think I heard somebody say it backwards, Jordan Hobson. I'm like, wait. So anyway, Cassandra. So as Jason House is considering running against Cassandra, they know they can get 4,400 people out to vote. That's what we know for a fact. Now, is it possible for you to get 5,000 people out to vote? Is it possible for you to get 5,500 people out to vote? What do you need to do to get 5,500 people out to vote and of course, vote for you in April, Jason? That's a good question. So what did you do right? Hopefully they're doing an autopsy of what did they do right during this election. Now, I think a lot of the things that Team House did really were just counter to the ridiculousness of Tiffany. Tiffany's doing a live stream. Team House is not doing a live stream. Tiffany's doing a rap video. Team House is standing outside the grocery store, shaking babies and kissing hands. So I think there's that contrast. So all they had to do was just, whatever I see you do, I should do something different. That was very simple, super easy, barely an inconvenience, right? So as they're looking at how to move as it relates, I don't think Cassandra is even as popular as Tiffany, but I don't think anything should be taken for granted because anybody could have it. Anybody could lose on any day. And that being the case, what should Team House do as it relates to moving? I don't know if Cassandra even has that's something I need. Does she have a slate? I wonder who because we know like the, the clerk is running unopposed, but are the others running as well? She's got to have a slate. She has to. She's an independent candidate, I know. Why does she have a website? She only have a website? I don't think she has. Girl, you don't have a website? Come on now. I don't think she has a website even. Oh, girl. This is going to be bad. This going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Okay, well, I'm assuming maybe she does. I just don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay. I don't see one. Okay. If I find it or somebody runs across it, shoot me an email. Anyway, I don't know if she has a team that she's running with. Hopefully she has at least a campaign office. My goodness. We already talked about that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I think Jason House should look at these numbers just the same as Tiffany should look at these numbers. And hey, let's tell Cassandra should look at these numbers. Because I mean, that means 87% of the district, 87% of this possible constituency voted Democratic. And so they might have a mindset, and Cassandra is an independent candidate. So how do you sway the mindsets of these people? And, what is Jason House doing, offering, or saying that is going to contradict with your views and philosophy? So I think she's going to have to fight uphill, but I think it's a hill that could be fought. She just needs to, Jason House and them need to be understanding and not take her for granted. I think she's going to get out there and clamor. But y'all know I like that kind of stuff. I like talking about how people can strategize into such like that. No, Tiffany was smoked. So and we asked this last night. I did a video about it as well. How much of this smoking, let me pull this out of the way. How much of this, total domination. I think the news said it was a political annihilation, which was savage. Shout out to Channel 9 News. How much of this is because of Tiffany's own antics? How much of Jason House victory was because people just said, man, you too wild. I don't want to mess with you. I really think she lost votes because of that rap song. I do believe that. There's other things as well, the fight, of course, the crazy spending and so forth. But I think she just makes certain moves that I think ultimately put her own foot in the crosshairs. Now, I'm not saying she would have beat Jason, because I think Jason just comes across, as a lot of people have said, he just comes across more like a politician, more like a polished leader. But let's just say for laughs and giggles, we could probably list out 10 things, if not 20 things that Tiffany did that really make you make that face. And if we could take each one of those things off, would this have impacted this number? I think so. Now, yes, we do got crazy things like the FBI coming, but that's because she was misbehaving with those numbers, man. That's why. If she was doing the right thing, the FBI would not have been come knocking. Lori wouldn't have been come knocking. Let's tell the truth. If she was doing the right thing, we might not even know about her. Most of us know about her because she was misbehaving. Because a lot of us probably don't know who our own mayor is in our own town because our mayor is not misbehaving like this. So back to the point, a lot of this was self-inflicted wounds. These are unforced errors that Tiffany had to deal with, and these are her fault. That was her fault. She should, instead of sitting there rapping, dropping these very, very egregious, quote unquote, receipt videos, she should have been dealing with real issues and talking to people about real issues and starting and stopping and blaming other people. But as I told you before, I'm pretty certain if Tiffany probably has adult onset ADHD, and it's probably at terminal level because she just starts stuff and she doesn't finish them at all. Because we could talk about the Cooking with Tiff podcast. She's had so many of these little start and stops that it's almost comical to me because I'm like, I know exactly what she's dealing with. So that being the case, yeah, I think she needs to sit down, and I don't think she will, but she needs to sit down, have a come to Jesus about how did she lose so bad in just a mere 4 years? How did she lose so badly? And when you look at Ed Steve lost his position under Tiffany. The first was it 2 years? I think he was in off. He was a trustee for 2 years under Tiffany, and he lost his position, and he of course got it back last night. But same thing, he was reflecting over how he lost his position, and he was also honest about what he needs to do to get his position back. And guess what? He's back. And I don't think Tiffany actually is a public servant. My humble opinion, I don't think she's a public servant. She should probably look at roles outside of the political sphere. I'm sure it's probably very lucrative, and people probably see it as a come up. but I think she should look at some other options. That's my 2 cents. I don't think she should come back to politics. And maybe you can work in politics. So like you can be, no, I don't think she actually needs to work in politics because I don't think her advice would probably be the best for somebody. I don't see that as being the case. So, but yeah, what are y'all thinking? Jason was more refined. I agree. And also, shout out to Team Cleanhouse. I felt like you can if you go back and watch that video from last night when they're all speaking, you can tell they were very, very hurt by their relationship with Tiffany Henyard. And it's very clear. They don't hold it back. I think Ed Steve probably said it the most colorful. Lady Clerk, she said it very clear as well. But you hear it in everybody's voice. Like, this woman has done some pretty bad things to these people. And these are people that she at one time viewed as her friends, as colleagues, and as such of that nature. So you could hear that they were hurt. Now, I'm not saying they're perfect, so don't hear what I didn't say. All I'm saying is you can tell that relationship, there was a relationship there. They had friendship, they had camaraderie, and such like that. And I think, in my opinion, that's why they were trying to be gracious to Stan Brown. Jason Whitaker would not have let Stan Brown come back. Stan Brown would have been as good as kicked out. I am not messing with Stan Brown. Now, if I got to work with you, I'm not going to drag you or anything like that. I wouldn't. Jason Whitaker, Dear World Christian, I would not have let Stan Brown talk last night. I would have let him say, hey, y'all, we got Stan Brown, because he's still a trustee. So you're still going to have to work with him. So I would have been like, hey, y'all, we got Stan Brown in the house. Shout out to Stan Brown. I'm glad that you came to support us. We're glad that we're looking forward to working with you. Yada, 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 yada. Stay yourself right there. I would not have let him talk. That'd have been me. I feel like that's my only pushback. If Team House ever asked me a question, if they ever ask, hey, Dear World Christian, what do you think we might need to work on? I think they might be a little too forgiving to people who just last Tuesday were working against them. Because remember, Tiffany's last receipt was that video with who? Stan Brown in it. Like literally that video was, she dropped it what? Sunday or something? Monday? Like, I don't think we should be just giving him a patty cake. I'm not saying that he's, I'm not sentencing him to hell or damning him or anything like that. I just got to, I'm going to keep you at arm's length. We're going to work with you now because we got to work with you because you're a trustee. But we're going to keep you about right here, about 3 feet away. That's about good. Stay right there. And you can't get on this microphone. I wouldn't have done it. So, because also keep in mind, Team House has also opened up, met with open arms, Keith Freeman. And I'm like, that dude is under investigation from the FBI, my guy. Like maybe, just maybe, we don't need maybe you should find somebody else. So I don't know, but that's my only, I guess, critique of them. I think they ran a pretty great case. I mean, really great campaign. So shout out to, again, Team House. But in that regard, that's just something I think I would have, that's just an area that I probably wouldn't have moved in. Let me see real quick. What does he say here? At the end of the day, Jason is the same as Tiff with the social programs, but with transparent with the receipts. I agree. The only thing is K-Hustle, and this is something I had to understand too. It's actually the Township. The Township, I don't know where you live, K-Hustle, and feel free to chime back in if you say where you're from. I live here in Georgia, north of Atlanta. We don't have situations like they have up there. So everything that they do up there would come through some kind of you have to, cobble together some services. Like, for example, y'all know that my mom is a polio survivor and she's handicapped. So the stuff that they do, like my mom, if she didn't have her van, she would have to call the city transportation. They have a bus that will come pick her up. the township, the town that she lives in does not come pick her up, right? She lives in a senior living, active living apartment. So she wouldn't have to worry about lawn care and stuff like that. But nobody would do that otherwise. Your grass is going to be looking crazy. Your roof going to look crazy. Windows going to look crazy. A lot of that stuff really is the township is in place to do all those services. So it's not just I'm coming in here and I'm offering you these services like Santa Claus. I'm actually coming in this. So a lot of stuff that Tiffany was doing was already in place. There's not new stuff necessarily that what she's done. It's just stuff that was in place because the township actually moves like that. And they do take care of a lot of stuff that most of us look at and say, why are you doing that? Shoveling my yard, shoveling my sidewalk. What are you talking about? But that's the way the township runs, which is different, definitely different than what most of us are familiar with, because I know a lot of us have talked about it, K-Hustle. So the fact that Jason is talking about services, they're going to get done. They're going to be done. So they're already in play. So a lot of this is just getting the right people in place to manage the services. So, you got the chief lawn care person and somebody over the water department, somebody over electric and such like that. Yeah, I mean, so it's not necessarily a slight on Jason. It's not necessarily a prop up for Tiffany. It's just that's the way the township works. Which again is, I mentioned it before, like that is super strange to me. Matter of fact, if you watch my video with Paul Roberts and his wife, they explained it a little bit better than I did. And I'm like, I didn't understand that. I was like, why are y'all doing this stuff for these people? I don't get it. Why are you doing this? But that's the way the township works. So otherwise the township doesn't even need to exist. Let me say it like that. If they didn't do it, the township wouldn't need to exist. You just have 17 cities. And I'm not 100% certain that's bad, but so now going back to Dalton, there's little things that they do in Dalton, which again are overlaps from things that they do in the township. So it's not, I'm not really surprised. It's just, I just don't think most of us really don't understand it. Like, why are you doing that? Like, what is that? I'm waiting for them to cut my grass and my HOA would be like, sir, you need to get this grass cut. I just saw something right here. In Tip's case, those actions were just a shell game. Yes, to keep us from seeing what wasn't being done. Now, I do think there's a lot of waste that can come out of these things, out of the township running these things and the city running things. It just seems like there's a lot of money being spent and nobody knows where it's going. So I do think there's a big problem with that for sure. And I caught myself, Anthony. Thank you so much, Brother Green. I apologize for that. He says we can't mix those services between Thornton Township and the village of Dalton. You're correct. I might have overspoke. There are some things that are Thornton only and not Dalton and vice versa. So yes, thank you so much. A lot of those services run through the township. I think we'll see more mayoral tasks from house. Like, I just can't see, like, for example, let's go back to the most recent, like, what's it, last month. I just cannot believe in my soul we're going to watch Jason go out here and do a video shoot of him shoveling snow or cutting down a tree or whatever like that. I just can't see that. And now maybe he'll go out there and help. Maybe he'll go out there and get a feel for how the Public Works Department takes care of these issues. They got a water main break. He might be out there to observe, take notes, ask questions, blah, blah, blah. But the whole grandstand, like, hey, I'm out here, I'm Jason House, and I'm fixing your water. Did you enjoy that cold water that you had today? I did it. I got you that. I can't see him doing that. I just can't see him doing that. And again, I think a lot of that, right. He said, well, I don't know about that one. I don't know if the township is like an HOA, because my HOA don't do nothing for me. So they don't cut my grass. All they do is maintain the community and really just add regulations like on renters and stuff like that. Make sure the street is, yeah, they do take care of that street issue, but they ain't gonna do my driveway. But right. But I do want to bring this back up. I can't see. I see Jason doing more of this, as Kay Hustle says right here, coming in saying this is how the money is being spent and has been spent, and just open transparency. Actually, in my mind, Team House really can put all the other services that Dalton does on autopilot. Make sure you got the right people in place. Make sure the work is getting done, sure. But really, most people want to know, how was the money spent? If they can just come in and say, hey, y'all, we came in here and it was a burning dumpster fire. We got the fire out next week. Hey, y'all, we got the burning dumpster fire out, and now we got to air out the house, air out the place because it smells like what it smells like. And then they just give you a play-by-play about how they're resolving this issue. I think they will set themselves up for a long-term victory if all they do is just make sure the services are done and give people a play-by-play on how stuff is getting resolved, whether it be on the app, on their website, whatever. So when people come, they are well-versed and say, yes, we knew that the township owed, like, for example, the township owed Chicago $9 million for water. So we've been cutting and trimming in here, and now we're able to make an extra payment of $1 million toward this water bill. And so we foresee that we'll be able to chop down this $9 million water bill down from 9 million down to 5, down to 3 in this amount of time. I think they'll win. That's all they got to do, in my opinion. And if they can come in and just give some real clear directions on that, I think they're going to be great. And if I did, Lindsay, I apologize. I might have misspoke. I'm an undocumented Dalton Thornton resident. So I do sometimes mix up the two roles of the township supervisor and the village mayor. I may have misspoke, so I apologize. A lot of those things that I had described are actual things that the township does, but there are things like, for example, transporting seniors. That's something that my town does not do at all. My town doesn't do that. My township don't do that. None of that stuff. I have to call my mom a public transportation bus to come pick her up if she needed a bus. But those are things that we take care of. I can't imagine the mayor of my town facilitating senior transportation. That just seems wild. Now, I think also because mine is considerably larger, but I just think that's wild. If there's a negative cash balance, they will need to cut some programs until the positive cash flow happens. I agree. No problem there. No, I agree 100%. Oh, we're good, Lindsay. Don't worry, Lindsay, please. I'm perfectly fine. Thank you, though. Very kind of you. Thank you. And I think if they make it clear, that's it. If they say, hey, you all, we're in a negative cash balance, and it's because we have 95 buses that we manage moving throughout the city. We're going to have to cut those 95 buses down to 50. The 45 buses, we're going to loan those out or rent those out to the city of Cicero. They're going to be able to use them for a while, and they're going to pay us to use them. They're going to maintain the oil, maintain the maintenance, and they're going to pay us to rent them. And we're going to run a very lean bus system for seniors and such like that for the next 3 months. And in the meantime, we will save $6,000, and the city of Cicero will pay us $4,000. We're going to take that $10,000 and apply it to here, and now, or put it in the bank here. Now we have a better cash position. I think people would be fine with that. Or, I mean, whatever it might be that they find to cut. Hey, we're going to stop doing lawn care. We're going to stop hiring contractors to cut lawns. And we're going to just say, hey, y'all, look, there's some high school students. If you need to learn how to cut a straight line, we'll come out here and teach you how to cut a straight line, but you can get out here and cut this grass and charge Miss Mabel $20, charge Mr. Johnson $30 and call it a game. We're going to get out of the lawn care service. I don't know what happens to Andrew Holmes. That's a great question. I don't know. That's a very good question. Yeah, and I think most people going back to, pulling back up this picture right here. I think in my mind, if the majority of people that voted for Jason House say, okay, again, 3,800 people voted for Jason House, and he says, hey, we're going to stop with this tree trimming. We're going to trim the tree trimming. Okay. We're going to stop that. We've had arborists come out. We paid $50,000 to have arborists come out and look at the tree situation. They gave us some scenarios and situations to help us with the tree management, but we're not cutting any more trees. We're not going to cut trees this year. So Lord willing, everybody is going to be taken care of, but if a branch falls, we're going to have to deal with that, but we're not going to be cutting trees like this. This is crazy. We spent $600,000 on tree trimming last year. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. I think most people, if he said that and being fair and transparent, they would say, yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And, give them some suggestions. Say, hey, here's a tree trimming service that you can contact. Because I just looking at it, when I've seen some of the pictures, these are in these people's yards. This is not in the parkway. This is not in the wooded median of a road. Like, this is in these people's yards. This is your property. Why is the city cutting this tree for you? And that made no sense to me. So I just wonder if he presented situations like that, like K Hustle said, tree trimming is going to get the trimming. We done with tree trimming. We're out of the tree trimming business. Dalton is out of the lawn care tree trimming business. There you go. If you got grass in your yard, get it cut. That's it. Just get it cut. And we got some, and we've had entrepreneurs come and talk with our young adults, helping them understand how to run a business. So you got a couple of business options now. And now you got kids that are doing something, that are not out here in the streets acting wild. Now they learn how to run a little business, and you can be out of that business. I think that's great. What's going on, Chicago Bread? How are you, friend? We just were talking about some of our thoughts, if you will, post Clean House 2025. Just chewing the fat, chewing it up, talking about it. House should partner with Township to let them take over the welfare services that Dalton would normally do, so that House can focus on catching up on these bills. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, I agree. I think some of these welfare services should be reevaluated, shall we say. But no, I agree with that. Oh, Simon with the bars. He said they already trimmed the dead wood when they voted her out. I see what you did there. Well played. Well played. I'm fabulous, she said, still on election night high. I agree. I just wanted to come in, shout out. Chicago Red jumped on with me last night with Epiphany, and we just had a good time talking about this and such like that. I think we're probably going to do this again in April. What you think? I think we should do it again for the general election. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We will make sure that happens more frequently. DWC, have you ever written for grants while teaching? Yes. This community is going to be able to ask for some much to help recover youth programs, mentors, lots of money out there. I have written grants, not many. I've only written 2. And they were special programs that were dealing with a particular aspect of education, like a sustainable future grant, as well as a classroom technology grant. But I'm not the best at it, but I can learn how to do it for sure. But they're a real grant. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, what happened? My whole phone just started going off and started playing a video. But there are grant writers out there. I don't feel like that's my strongest suit. As you know, I like to talk about it a lot, but I'm not above it. Let's say it like that. I always wondered what would deal with the trees. I don't know. I have no idea. Do they live in a forest? A town that's small, cutting these trees over and over and over again. That was my first clue that there was some mismanagement. I don't even know what to say. They were forever cutting trees. And it's funny because Kiana, I think it was Kiana said, I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, first of all, we need trees for air. I just said, I mean, come on. And then she said also flooding. I mean, they get a lot of flooding up there, and that helps with soil management. But I'm like, why are y'all cutting trees? They were cutting a lot of trees. It made no sense to me. So hopefully they're done with the tree trimming. So hopefully Team House will start putting some services on an importance list, and tree trimming will be probably closer to the bottom, right next to the lawn care. Like, y'all don't need to be cutting my grass. Like, I need to cut my own grass. And that's a come up for some people, man. They will learn how to be industrious if they know that there's now all of these yards that need to be cut, and I have a lawnmower and I got a strong back and I'm ready to do it. Get out of here. That's it. They should just leave the trees alone. I mean, they'd be trimming them so much the trees is almost naked anyway. Where I live, Lindsay says, if trees are growing into the power lines or electric company comes and cuts them back, for sure. Yeah, this is not even that. This is like, yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, and also, like, I like this how Chicago Red says, maybe by them saving the trees, it will look more residential and less industrial. I can still get with that, but I think some of the tree pictures I've seen, and I'm not saying I saw every tree that was trimmed, a lot of them look like they were in people's yards, not just in their parkways, not just on their property, but these are in their yards. That would be my property. Like the tree that's in the 2 in the front and the 3 or 4 in the back of my house, those are in my yard. So I can't even, I had one that fell, my neighbor had one that fell across my yard, over my fence, crushed my fence, and into my other neighbor's yard. And so this is a tall tree, right? And all 3 of us had to agree on what to do with it. But this was us. Like, our insurance companies didn't deal with it. We just dealt with it and kept it moving. I just can't imagine me calling my city to get that tree taken care of. So I just think that's interesting. But yeah, y'all are not feeling this driveway. And to me, I think the driveways, the sidewalks, trees, and yards, there just seemed to be a lot of money that was wasted there. Lots of money wasted there. And like, where's this going? Some of these residential streets look industrial. Trust me. Oh, I know. My in-laws live in New Jersey. And of course, y'all know I have family up there in Illinois, not too far from Dalton. I know it does look industrial. I agree. But like, they're not even like replanting. Like, they're not saying, hey, we got this giant oak tree. It's, 100,000 years old. Let's get rid of this and put in a small oak tree and start over again. I don't even see them doing that. They're just cutting down the trees. Yeah, power lines that's a whole nother game. So if we're talking about power lines, then that's where the trimming would come in. That makes sense. I don't think that's what they were doing. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. It will not be the first time. Right. A tree fell through our carriage in our yard, and the city wasn't even the first thought of who to call. Insurance handled it. I would have to say, I never thought about calling the city. It was just like, whose insurance we're going to call was my question. The city in my area only cut on the trees as the public city property. Absolutely. Celebrate Arbor Day. When is that? Isn't that like the beginning of April or something like that? Or is that Earth Day? Is that Earth Day? See, Lindsay's on the hunt. There was a lot of wasteful stuff there. I would not be surprised if there was a little bit of kicking back going on, back kicking, some shenanigans. Wait, what's 2100? 21,000. What is that? I need to know. Oh, what's the population? Okay, there you go. Thank you so much, Chicago Red. She says it's about 21,000. This rascal said treehouse. I'll let you have it. I like that one, actually. So yeah, it's about 21,000 people in Dalton. How many people in my town? I don't know. It's not that many. I mean, it's... Oh, okay. It's 62,000. All right, 62,000 in my town. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on. I had a couple things that weren't working correctly last night, so I wanted to try those out, make sure I got them fixed. And then I just want to hear what you all thought. I made a community post on my page and just asked, like, what was the most surprising thing to you from last night? Well, it could be from Team House or the Injustice League. What was your biggest takeaway? And I'm going to say that mine, shout out to Chicago Red. Where is she at? There she goes. Shout out to Chicago Red. Mine was the fact that so many people voted for Tiffany's slate, but didn't actually vote for Tiffany. That was the biggest, like, mind-blowing moment for me. But, what was yours? And again, the community post is on my page, so feel free to go over there and answer. It is a poll, so you can answer if one of those things resonates. And then, of course, if not, comment down below. But is there anything else that stood out to you? Stan Brown. Now, I was not ready for Stan Brown. And I told y'all, if Jason House had asked Jason Whitaker, I would have said, you can work with the guy, but I probably wouldn't had him up on the stage. That's me. I would not have had him on the stage. You can still rock with him because he's still going to be a trustee. You're still going to have some kind of amicable relationship with him, but I just probably wouldn't have had him on the stage. That would have been me. No, you know what? I'm actually not surprised. Once it would have been one of two things. She's going to be there and she was going to pretend like she's going to be partying it up like she won, or she wasn't going to show up. And so she did what I thought. She didn't show up. But can you imagine though? Like, just take a second, like, imagine how you're feeling right now when literally the entire world knows that you are probably the worst mayor in the history of mayors. And everybody knows that you failed. I probably wouldn't have came either. I ain't gonna lie. As much as she was showing her tail, the rap song out there rapping in the middle of the street, I probably wouldn't have came either. She just stayed right there at the car wash and just like, you know what? We're going to turn it early. Let me take a little extra shot of NyQuil and we're going to call this a game. What's a mother of 8 say? Quick question. On the video of her saying no signs on doors, it was 3 shadows, right? Did you notice 3 after the guy in the car pulled up prior? Oh, I believe that. And I guarantee you it was probably William Moore, Kamal, and somebody else. I guarantee you. I did see that, but I wasn't I didn't slow it down to really look at it. But I did see that mom of 8. And I mean, that's who I probably believe it was. It's probably William Moore was recording, Kamal there just because he's just going to be Kamal, and probably somebody else. I appreciate it being a double turn out after last time. Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of people. I don't think, and just pull this back in here, I don't think people conceptualize that's a lot of folk on an off-year election. Like, we got to let them have that. We got to let them have that. I'm not going to even look down and say, oh, you only had 27%. No, that's a lot of people when they only had 9 last time. Like, let that sink in for a second. It's almost tripled. Like, that's a lot. So, yeah, we'll let that slide. What did you say here? She said she might run for something bigger. That's because she just can't accept defeat. So it's always like, instead of I get knocked down, I get up, I dust off, and I'm just going to keep marching forward, not ask myself, why did I get knocked out? not self-adjust. And do I need to keep my guard up? Did I have my hands down too low? When I punch, am I keeping, she's not doing self-awareness. So she just gets knocked down. She gets up and just does the exact same things again. Oh, I'm going to go, like, what's she going to run for? What are you going to run for, Tiff? For real. She's just saying stuff. And again, take it from somebody who has ADHD. I can tell you, she just saying stuff because she don't want people to think about the fact that she just got knocked down. So I got to prove to you. So I come out and just throwing big haymakers because I want you to see that, I'm good. No, I probably need to sit down and reflect about what am I doing? Why my strategy isn't working? I just got shellacked. Well, let me bring this back up here. I just got my lunch handed to me. Oh, but I'm gonna run for something bigger. She was just saying that. She was just saying that because she's not willing to accept. I just got my lunch handed to me. I just got my whole head handed to me. They knocked it clean off and put it on the plate and gave it back to me. But I'm gonna run for something bigger. Okay. I got you. So I don't think she's gonna run for anything because you know why? Not only did she feed the people, they fed the people. The fed people might be coming. So I'm still believing that the feds are gonna come. So she doesn't have any obligations now. She ain't got no dinner date. Now they can go ahead and come get her. So I would say keep your eyes out on them coming to get her. I still believe that. I'm still believing the alphabet people, the alphabet guys are going to come get her. The FBI, CIA, somebody. Homeland Security. Somebody going to get her. HOA. Yeah, Stan knows how to change his stripes. Like he can get in where he fits in. That's true. He knows what side his bread is buttered on. That's true. I still would have kept him at. If Jason House had asked me, I'd have said, "Oh, okay, well, that's interesting that you're gonna be rocking with Stan, but Stan is a trustee, so you still got to work with him. I'm gonna ask that you not bring him up on stage because that just seemed a little bit too affirming." And you actually hear it from the audience if you go back and watch the video. The audience is not really feeling Stan. They're loving Kiana. They are all about Ed Steve. They're right there with Clerk Key. But when Stan got up there, it was the different. He was like, "Ooh, this sound like one of them Thornton meetings. It's about to be the brawl for it all." So I probably wouldn't have had him on stage. That's just my little 2 cents though. But I mean, it wasn't the worst thing they did, so or could have done. So I'm not gonna even do that. J9 is hilarious. That's what I was saying. Like, shout out to the great content creators, man. There's just so many. I don't want to start naming them because I know I'm gonna forget somebody. How you doing, Patricia? Thank you so much for stopping by. We're just chatting it up. We're just talking about different things that our feelings as it relates to the what happened last night with Cleanhouse 2025. And I just want to get a chance to give people a chance to kind of express themselves, say what they're thinking, what they thought about the numbers, what they thought about the whole town laughing at Tiff, the whole nine like that. Because hey, we got a whole nother month of I don't want to say politicking, but we got a whole another month of campaigning. And who knows? I mean, we got Cassandra Jordan. She might come out of the woodwork and really be a threat. Who knows? Because all we talking about what Cleanhouse is going to do when they become mayor, Cassandra might unseat them. She might just rule the roost and take over. So we got to talk about that. Check out my post on Facebook under this name. It's the post with the election results. I thought I saw that, but let me pull it up for you because Chicago Red is my peeps. Got you, my friend. What do we got here? All right. So what did you say, my love? Oh, you ashamed? Okay. All right. So let's bring in Chicago Red's post real quick. And she's, of course, an excellent content creator as well. If you like this type of stuff from hanging out there in the Midwest. All right. So she did the same thing. Pulled up the results right there. I mean, 536 is pretty barbaric. I mean, that's all that work, all that shenanigan, all those hijinks, and you only got 536 people to believe in your vision. But the same people on your slate here that, mind you, we've never actually met these people. I know we're all undocumented Dalton residents, right? So if we were at Jewel or Osco, we would walk past Jocelyn King. I wouldn't know who she was. Vanessa Wesco, I'll go visit a church and she might sit right there next to me in the aisle. Linda, I don't know her. But guess what? They got as many, if not the same amount or more votes than Tiffany. And Tiffany's the face of the team. That's what, as Chicago Red said last night when we were on stream, she said Tiffany really needs to sit down and take these numbers apart and really think about it. And that's what I mean. Like this is something that needs to be looked at, scrutinized, an autopsy needs to be done on these numbers, because this is some nasty work. Like, we don't even know these people. We've never heard some of these people speak, but they got more votes than you did, Tiffany. That's gotta sit somewhere. That's gotta land and hit in the gut somehow, because that's crazy. All right, so Lady Hughes, her clerk, same thing. Her clerk, never saw her before, anything like that. She still got more votes than Tiffany did. And again, back to Tiffany. So none of them broke 1,000, but all of them got more votes or same amount of votes as Tiffany. Let that settle in. That's crazy. And excellent work, Chicago Red. Excellent. So I just think that's something that, when I'm saying that this needs to be taken apart and really an autopsy needs to be done, that's what I'm talking about. Like, she really needs to sit down and have a come to Jesus. Like, she needs to have a real come to Jesus about these numbers, because this is wild. Like, and remember, she's the one that said that she led Jason House and Kiana and all the others when they were on her ticket. But this right here says something, gives us a whole different story. And maybe we need to look back at it and look at those election results as well. But if they're anything like this, did you really? Or did they just carry themselves? Because it looks pretty clear here that these people did very well without you, Tiff. I don't know how it would be. I don't know how she's going to try voter suppression. I just don't see how it's going to happen when you're talking about, when you look at this number right here, like, that's going to be a hard pill to row to hoe. You only got 536 votes out of a possible 16,000. You only got 500. You didn't even break 1,000. Ma'am, that's a concert, ma'am. That's it. And not even a good concert. Yeah, I don't know how she could probably try, I'm sure, because, litigation is free. I'm sure she'll probably try it, but I can't imagine that she would get very far with it. Do I think Tiffany will flee the country so she doesn't have to face charges? No, that's a good question, though. I don't think so. And I'm going to tell you why. In all of her traveling, y'all know we got the guy here in Atlanta, what's his name? Mayor Kobe in South Fulton. That dude was all around the world. He was traveling all around the world. Colombia, Europe, he's over there in Africa. If you told me that he was getting brought up on charges, I would immediately say, take his passport, lock him up, put him in keep an eye on him, because he would run. I would believe that. Tiffany, I don't think, because she never left out of the country. If she had made a regular habit of leaving Dalton, leaving Thornton Township, jet setting around the country, around the world even, I say, oh, maybe you need to take her passport. I don't think so, though. And also the last point is that she's a single mom, and she has her mom and dad, or her mom and dad, whatever. Her parents live in Dalton. I can't see her running to Bali and pretending like she's Russell Simmons or something. So I don't think so, but that's my little 2 cents. What's going on, Lady Luck Club? How are you? Grace and peace to you. You said 536 is almost one session of big bingo. Yeah, big bingo that's problematic. Yeah, if the numbers are closer, I would definitely expect her to try to run some voter suppression, a recount, blah, blah, blah. But not 536. No, I don't think that's going to happen, in my opinion. Yeah, the Alphabet Boys, the CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, ICE, somebody gonna come. I think somebody gonna come knocking on Tiff's door, in my opinion. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh man, we got the DWC love connection. What's going on, Lady Luck? Look, we making proposals out here. Look, we changing lives up in here. He says wild. Somebody, come on, Homeland Security, CIA, HOA, somebody need to come get them. DWC. Thank you. I was wondering, aside from Vegas, how many places. Now she's been to she was here in Atlanta at one point. She's been a couple other places. I don't think she'll leave the country though. That would be kind of wild. If she did. Uh-oh, is it about to happen? Look, I can officiate. Let me know. We do the first live stream, YouTube live stream wedding. Come on, make it happen. Okay. You didn't get to review the application. Oh, now they're checking you out, so they're gonna do a little background on you. Okay, I got you. Kobe was in Alabama, yeah, but Alabama's like 2 hours from here, so that's not really anything. I mean, that's a hop, skip, and a jump. That's a day trip. But I mean, that dude was in Dominican Republic. He was a passport bro, man. He was a passport bro. Tell the truth. He was out there trying to do that international thing. All the alphabets, all of them, come get her. Uh-oh, it's a thing now. Okay, let me know now. That's a Tiny Desk concert. Oh, during C19, they were doing those Tiny Desk little mini concerts in houses. I think I know what you're talking about. Look, we already got Flower Girl. Come on, man. We got you taken care of. We got you. Make this thing happen. We got you. Now, yeah, I don't think she's fleeing the country, but I think there's definitely some other things going on. I don't think she's gonna run for some bigger position. She'll probably do a step down position. Matter of fact, somebody sent me a video speculating that she was gonna run for village administrator for Calumet City, or be placed for village administrator in Calumet City. I don't remember what I did with that video last night. They sent it to us last night. And I could see that happening. Her just kind of licking her wounds, being a village administrator, and then trying again in another town or in another part of the township, whatever like that. I could see her do that. But we got a maid of honor, we got a singer, we got a DJ, of course we got the groom. We got a lot of stuff going on in this wedding that we didn't put together. School board, I think I've heard that too. I didn't know that emphatically. Says Jedediah told everybody she's focused on school board next. The comedy of Tiffany Henyard being on the school board, that comedy is not lost on me. The irony of that, I'm not obtuse to that. All right, what we got here? I was something about the one of the trustees losing. The only person I was told somebody. something about one of the trustees losing the election. Who lost? Michael Smith, he was running for Riverdale trustee, but he's the guy that did the dots, DOTTS, dots. That was him, but he lost in Riverdale. Say the Utes. Look, we still need I want that track still, man. I still want to listen to that song. I know it's going to be a mess, but I still need to hear it. It needs to happen. I need to be able to hear it. Like, she hasn't even done like a thank you for your support video or anything like that. Like, hey, I appreciate y'all. Like a bona fide response. Not a good look, Tiff. Not a good look. You said you can do a Zoom wedding in Texas. You can do a Zoom wedding in Texas. That's crazy. But yes, you can. You sure can. Milk dud lost. Yeah, so that's the only person I know. I forgot who it was. It just was asking about who lost. Only person I know that we were following the race was Michael Smith, and he lost in Riverdale. And I don't think he did really well either, but I don't think they had a super big turnout. Just double check real quick. I don't think they had like a huge turnout last night either. So I'll pull it up real quick. Share the screen. All right, so it was a village of Riverdale. Okay, so they had, let me zoom in real quick. So Riverdale, all 8 precincts are reporting. They had 7,500 registered voters. Only 984 people voted. Good gracious. All right, and here's Michael Smith right here. He got 384 votes. But man, like, nobody even broke 1,000. But they also had a lot of people running. They're all Democrats. So that's 6 people running. Good gracious. Okay, so yeah, that's the one person that we were following outside of the Dalton people that we were following. So yeah, that was the oh, my head was in the way. Move that. All right. I didn't see Keith Price last night. I didn't see him. I don't know if he's going to leave Dalton yet, but when he leaves Tiffany, I'm working on Tiffany's new, finding her a new man. So don't you worry about that. That video is forthcoming. I'm working on getting her the right man. She needs a better man. Oh, that's another good question. Do I know if Max Solomon is one or not? Hopeful. I don't know. Look, Tiffany has a lot of attorneys. She has a lot of them. So I don't know what Max Solomon is doing. I'm confused on what is his job. So I can't even begin. So I don't actually know that one yet, but we'll find out. What we got here? Yes, we saw Keith Price's brother on the news yesterday. I don't know if it's his brother, but it's a gentleman that looked very much like him for sure. But it wasn't Keith Price. Wait, who lost to Max? Wait, who lost to Max? Was Max running for a role or position? Hold on, could y'all? I don't see Max Solomon on here. But if I'm missing it, let me know, please. I don't see Max Solomon. I wouldn't be surprised if he was running for another position, but I don't see him in here though. Max lost. Like, who did he run against? What role was he running in? Okay, now I gotta pay attention now even better. Okay, you're saying Max Solomon was running yesterday? You know his real name is not Max, isn't it? It's something else. In Massachusetts or something weird. He was running as an independent. So that means he would, because this is it could have been on today. Yeah, I don't see Mr. Max. But I'm open and I'm missing it. McCole Nelson? That's not Max Solomon. Monet? That's Monet Wilson. We know that's Tiffany's girl. She really didn't do that well either. She's running for alderperson of the city of Calumet. Oh, she did not do too hot either. Okay. Massachusetts crazy. Yeah, I have an email, absolutely Sharon, dearwokec@gmail.com. All right, let's see. But yeah, I just wanted to hear what y'all thought. What was your final takeaways, if you will, from the election? We will be, of course, staying on Dalton, especially during this next month of campaigning, as Team House and I guess Team Hobson Jordan gets ready to duke it out on April 1st. And then we will be able to say Mayor House or Mayor Hobson Jordan, whoever wins. I think Lady Hobson Jordan should have been already campaigning and really getting out there, but that's my only 2 cents. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, here's the email. I think you're talking to me. Scroll up a bit. Where am I scrolling up a bit? Here, let me pull this in so you can see what I'm looking at. So you can stop looking at me. All right, so here, I'm gonna just go up to the top. Okay. Thaddeus Jones, he won. See, this is the kind of number I was expecting from Tiffany. I ain't gonna lie. I was expecting something like 70-30, 80-20, something like that. Not 12-88. That was just crazy. Natato Figs. What am I looking for? Chicago Red. What am I looking for? Hey there, Mandy. How are you doing? Friend, grace and peace to you. Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying that they really don't, they're not rolling with Cassandra, so I'm not really surprised. Okay, thank you, Chicago Red. What am I seeing here? Okay. Everything and everyone that Tiff has touched in the last 4 has failed. Keith Freeman, Lewis Lacey, William Moore, DeMarcus, Just Ice Skating Rink, her Team Influencer program, all failed. I agree. That's what I'm saying. She needs to have a come to Jesus. She really needs to sit down. Thank you, Chicago Red, for that. She really needs to sit down and kind of think about, why is that true? Why is that true? And what needs to happen? What can she do about it? Because sure, there might be some conspiracy, sure. Oh my gosh. No. Tiff is back in the chat, y'all. We got the best trolls on the internet. Now I got the best live chat on the internet, but I also got the best live chat trolls on the internet. So shout out to Tiff. Y'all put former mayor Tiffany Henyard on your prayer list, and put former mayor in the chat. When you put her on the prayer list, put former mayor in the chat. Let her know we praying for her. At least we got a wellness check, y'all. Somebody was saying we need to do a wellness check. At least we got our wellness check. We know that former mayor is doing okay. So go let her know that we appreciate her. We appreciate her. Did you play the live chat anthem? I did not play it today yet. Ouch. Former mayor. Y'all are wild. Didn't I deliver a shellacking to you? Come on. Yeah, absolutely. Last night, former mayor. But yeah, we got the best trolls. I'm telling you, we got the best trolls on the internet for sure. She'll be back when she's off parole. That's hilarious. Yo, can you imagine? Okay, for real. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, I'm Jim Jones? Oh, man. I'm Jim Jones because I got more people in my live chat than you had people vote for you yesterday. Hey, stop this. Stop this. Be cool. Be cool. Let's not do that. Can you imagine what it would be like if they live stream when the alphabet men come to pick up Tiffany Henyard? Can you imagine? That's going to break the internet. The internet will be on life support if the FBI gives us fair warning and we are able to stream Tiffany getting perp walked. Oh my gosh. No, it's not the real Tiffany. No, it's not the real Tiffany. It's a troll. But we let the troll stay. This troll is a fun troll. So we like having this one here. So we like to keep the former mayor around. She got flambéed. She got baked, fricasseed, and basted. I mean, everything. 12 to 88, that's not even realistic. Like that's some other kind of stuff. Cassandra has no knowledge about the village. She stated that she will let the state take over the village. She is not good for the residents. Oh, if she said that, it's a wrap. Maybe that's why, you know what? I heard somebody ask Jason House, where was this interview? Darn it. Maybe it was when he was interviewing Ed Steve. I've heard somebody ask him that. And I was like, why did he say that? That didn't make any sense. But if this is thank you so much, daughter of blessed. If that's what he's referring to, then my goodness in the morning. Then that's why, yeah, she's in trouble. Oh, you're welcome to roast our troll. You're welcome to roast our troll. But we don't kick them out. We just let them stay because former mayor does a great deal of helping out with the YouTube content creator reparation program by keeping the engagement high. So, which by the way, the engagement was through the roof last night because y'all was talking. I mean, I don't know what y'all was just going at it. Those polls these polls were totally disrespectful. These numbers are out of control. If you want to see like disrespect on a grand scale, look at this number right here. This is disrespectful, man. And think about it. All that trash talking that Tiffany did, all that trash talk. And this is what she got. All that. She got 12%. 536 votes. Yeah, I did a video on it, Sharon. I did a video on, literally, I think it might have posted about an hour ago. And we just kind of made fun of the fact that it was a little, shall we say, light. You know, I should pull that video in. Y'all got to make sure y'all go watch it, though, okay? If I pull it in, y'all got to make sure y'all still go watch it on my channel. Help a brother out. Yeah, there's a lot of people skewering her. I mean, what else are we supposed to do, man? I mean, she incited this. All right, here it is. I'm gonna do this one here. It's pretty short. All right, first off, could y'all hear the music playing in the background all this time? Just let me a one in the chat if you could hear it. Had y'all noticed that there was music playing all the time. So, all right, I'm going to pull this in. It was a fun, lighthearted look at Tiffany and her shenanigans yesterday. I mean, like, did anybody think about the fact that Kamal owns a car wash and yet this vehicle was all super dirty. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta be out there washing it every stop sign, but like the car didn't look like it had been washed. Like, come on, my guy. All right, anyway, I thought this was fun. Let's go.
But I am confident that I will have a landslide this evening. I will have a landslide this evening.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Can we have a moment of silence?
Let me get my candle.
We need to have a moment of silence. And really we might need to even pass the plate and do like a little collection.
No, she's collected enough. Okay.
I really think we need to do let me bring her back up here real quick, just so you can see. I really think we need to do a collection because her hair technician is going to be unemployed, and whoever it is that be getting them doggone spider eyelashes, they're going to be unemployed, and we need to help them out. We're going to have to help them out because they ain't going to have no job in a minute.
Oh my goodness.
They ain't gonna have no job in a minute. Whoever be doing them wigs and whoever be doing them spider eyelashes is gonna not have a job.
I'm gonna give her some secret tips. This is what you do with the wig, Tiff. You flip it inside out. You take it, you run your fingers through it. You get us some scissors, and you just start shedding off when it starts getting tangled. Sorry, I was trying to help her.
I'm putting both of you on timeout.
Yeah, Tiffany Henyard didn't just lose tonight. You might call this a political annihilation.
Made a name for herself using tax dollars to host big parties and large community events, but her election night party is a dud.
When I say y'all came out in drones for the super mayor, y'all pulled up. Y'all came out in drones. Y'all had cars, cargo vans, y'all had buses, and y'all even trying to land a plane. God dog it. I love y'all. Thank you. You came out. The sad part about it, they left us in the cold. When I say us, I was out in the cold with y'all. Any other questions?
So yes, Trump did win, and congratulations again. This is me saying it publicly to our new president of the United States. Just like Trump, I'm gonna come in on a landslide on both seats. Know that. Remember this moment. When I landslide, they come in for the victory like I always do.
Keep telling yourself that, dog.
I am history. I am the 21st century history. I am your Rosa Parks, your Harriet Tubmans. I am that person.
Let me explain to you why I don't care.
But I am confident that I will have a landslide this evening. I will have a landslide this evening.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
All right, so that was my most recent video on Lady Henyard and her defeat. I appreciate you checking out. Shout out to Empathy. There we go. Empathy's in the building as well. Chicago Red. They were guest hosts, if you will. They jumped in last night. We were talking about that. So shout out to them. Thank y'all so much for checking it out. Now go watch it too, though. So, help out with the reparations program for sure. A political annihilation was crazy. And I thought it was funny. I did want to bring up something, and I might need to go dig it out of the crate. Do you all know why this? Hold on a second.
To host big party.
It's pulling in real quick. Sorry about that. All right. Do you all know why this news reporter? Do you know the history of this news reporter? Does anybody? This is one of the first news reporters that called out Tiffany Henyard after the infamous Las Vegas trip. The Las Vegas trip is kind of the ground zero, if you will. This is what brought most of us to understand and know about Dalton, Illinois, was the infamous Las Vegas trip and WGN Channel 9's reporting of it. This is the gentleman that interviewed her and was there that kind of stirred all this up almost 2 years ago. And I thought how comical it was that he was one of the people that started it off, and he was the guy that closed the door and turned off the lights on the Tiffany Henyard story. I just thought that was pretty comical that he was one of the ones that got it all going. And lo and behold, he's one of the guys that finished it out. I thought that was kind of dope. And I'm sure there are other people talking about it, but definitely for me, WGN was the first place I think I heard about it. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Y'all are chiming in about her and all of her shenanigans. But real quick, I saw a question I thought was really good. Thank you, Malika, for the very kind super sticker. I appreciate you. What did she say right here? And I think this is something to think about because I've been wondering this. To be honest, I don't have an answer, but I'm waiting to find an answer, and I'm going to come back. It says, since she is about to be out of office, what's going to happen with all those lawsuits? Is Jason House going to be able to make those people whole and give them what Tiffany didn't? Thank you. I don't know. Well, it won't be on Jason House. So it may be a situation where somebody is suing the village of Dalton. So their lawyer is going to be dealing with their lawyer. And of course, Jason House or the next mayor will be apprised of it. But I don't think Jason House will be a party to it because he's not the one that is being sued. AKA they're suing the village of Dalton. And he's not the one that started the lawsuit as a plaintiff. So I don't think that Jason or the team needs to really, they'll need to know what's going on, but ultimately they won't be brought into it until they lose or until they have to make a payout, and then that might become an issue. But I don't know how that all works, so we'll wait. I'm going to hold on and get some real legal advice there, but great question. I think so. That's a great question, man. I don't know if y'all know, but Tiffany's baby daddy is married to a news anchor. I want to say it might be in WGN or somebody that works in news and television. So yeah, that's a whole nother bag of fish hooks for sure. That wasn't a landslide. That was a mudslide where she slid down in that Tahoe at 12%. The 12% didn't even show up at the dinner though. That's the part that gets me. At least show up at the dinner. At the whatever this thing is. He works at the news station with her daughter's father's wife. Yeah, that's a sticky situation. I don't want nothing to do with that. Jason will be suing himself. Man, that's crazy. Thank you so much, former mayor. Appreciate you. Oh, she does work. I knew she worked somewhere in the TV news. So, okay. Yeah, that's a super, that is a wild story. And I'm like, yo, that is crazy. All right. So go check that video out. Yeah. Help me out. What is former mayor talking about here? What are you talking about, former mayor? No, I don't. No, I'm not going to move on. Tiffany for mayor, you all still talking. I moved on a long time. New leaf. Okay. I'm just going to read that out loud again, just so you can kind of see what the problem is. You all still talking. I moved on a long time. New leaf. Okay. Yeah. So because of this comment, former mayor, this is why I stay on this topic. And then also, this is the content creator reparation program. Tiffany, you're going to be taking care of people's kids' college tuition. So let me just let you know, we're going to keep riding this horse until it can't be ridden anymore. Then I'm going to lay hands on it, ask the Lord to raise that horse back up, and I'm going to ride that thing some more. So let me just tell you, welcome. All right. What we got here? Good conversation going on in the chat. Love it. That would be the worst if it was ballot stuffing. That'd be the worst. But I mean, the bad thing is she couldn't even get the 4 or 5 people that were on her slate to come to the event too. Like, where are they? Why was she not there? Did anybody notice that Kamal, albeit that he's very active on Instagram, he did not put anything about this on his Instagram account to push it out there for his side piece at all? Hey, Epiphany, thank you so much for the $5 super. What did she say here? That wasn't a landslide. That was a mudslide. when she slid down in the towel at 12%. Can we start a GoFundMe for that wig fund? No, I'm not supporting that. I'm going to pray for that wig technician, but I am not going to put no dimes toward that wig technician. Not a bit. Her or Joy or Jada or Jasmine Crockett and her crazy eyelashes. Your eyelashes should not touch the inside of your glasses. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, what is this? No, he didn't get out the car. Thank you, Anne Marie. I mean, to me, I just felt like, I feel like if we take the time to go back through the archives, we'll all find like some very key moments that probably would say, you know what, this thing is all bogus. They're not trying to win this. They're not trying to win this. I mean, there's some things that really stood out to me. Like, I don't think, definitely yesterday, she was giving all the signs that she was not trying to win this race yesterday. There was some very clear, and of course, a lot of people even came in my live stream was like, she gave a concession speech. It did sound, it was giving concession for sure. But there's a lot of things. If we just go back in time, like, I don't think she even meant that. I don't think she ever meant to win. Like, example. Why did you never see Tiffany with the Injustice League? Why were they never together? Never. All five together, to unite their power to campaign. Nothing. Tiffany didn't have a campaign location. She's the mayor, for crying out loud. She made $300,000 a year, respectfully, with both of her jobs. She couldn't even rent a place to have a campaign headquarters. Why not? Well, no campaign headquarters at all? Okay. All right. I mean, there were a lot of cues that are breadcrumbs that she was throwing out. Easter eggs. There are a lot of Easter eggs that she was throwing out that when we go back and look, like, you weren't trying to win this thing. You were just talking trash. Leotis and Lil Tiff, the rapper, have been hood grifting here in Dalton since high school. They have always been a disgrace to Black Americans here in Dalton. The rookie card king, I cannot disagree with you, albeit I don't live in Dalton. I cannot disagree with you at all there. No lies detected. Her mama's house was her campaign HQ. That's why she got her snow shovel. Let me see what we got. Yeah, but I just, to me, why not have a HQ that's away from your home, that's a dedicated place and location, and work out of there to push this narrative again, if in fact you were trying to win. I just don't think she was trying to win. What's up, Burgundy? What did I read? I hope I didn't read something bad. I think if we go back and pay attention, Smith, if we go back and look, there were some cues and some signs that there were some cues and some signs that she wasn't really trying to win that. She really wasn't trying, in my opinion. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I apologize, y'all. Let me make sure. So this doesn't say Leotis. I thought this said Leotis. Apparently I was wrong. This does not say Leotis. It says somebody else's name. Is this a slight on? I got no problem with it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much. Go ahead and take you up out of here. Sorry about that, Rookie King. You can go ahead and go ahead and enjoy yourself on the outside. Appreciate you. I don't know what that was, Berg. I apologize. You can shoot me a text, and I didn't know what that was. So I apologize about that. But his that issue has been resolved. Sorry about that, love. All right. Yeah, look, former mayor. I wonder how y'all would feel if I crumble under this. You all won't see it. You all are living in glass houses. No, we want you to go ahead and make better decisions and go do something else. That's all. Where in the world is Tiffany? I don't know. All right, let me see. They're the Invisible League. See, I call them Injustice League because there's actually a comic called The Injustice. But that's actually funnier, actually, the Invisible League. That's hilarious. Let's see. Reading through here. Good stuff happening. Good stuff going on. Great conversation going on in here. I appreciate y'all. So, and again, I just wanted to jump on. I was checking some systems because my stream wasn't perfect last night. And I just wanted to give a chance to see, what surprised you about last night? Maybe about the victory, maybe about Tiffany's defeat. Was it the numbers? Was it the showing? Was it, what was it? The fact that she ain't dropped that diss track? What was it that really surprised you or stood out to you, shocked you, whatever like that about last night? And then, of course, we were talking also about strategies as we're looking at some of these result numbers. How can Team House use this to their benefit? They got almost 3 times as many, well, not 3 times as many. They almost doubled the amount of people voting on an off special election. That's pretty serious. So can they catch that lightning in a bottle again in April? I think it's possible. But what does Cassandra Hobson Jordan need to do? Is she going to be able to capitalize on that? Because remember, these are people who vote Democrat. So how is she going to get people to vote Democrat and Republican and independent to see her as a viable option? Is it possible to do that? Does she have the ability to do that? I don't know. And then, of course, lastly, what should Tiffany do with those numbers from last night? Is she going to sit down and reflect and consider? Is she going to do that? I don't know. We will see what happens. We are going to see what happens. So anyway, that's what we were doing. And now I'm just trying to pin and see if anybody says, what really stood out to you? Did anything stand out? Like for me, another thing that stood out besides the fact that Tiffany's slate did better than Tiffany did. That's kind of wild. And we've never actually met Tiffany's slate. So imagine if they'd actually campaigned, they might have been viable options maybe. So you got that fact. And then also it was kind of weird to see Stan Brown up there yesterday. So that kind of took me back a little bit like, whoa, what's going on here? Now I can totally understand being a statesman and working with somebody because Stan is still going to be a trustee no matter what. So you don't want to just burn bridges. I can get that. But I don't know if I would have brought him on the stage. I don't know about that part. So those are 2 things that kind of stood out to me. But I just want to see if anything else stood out to y'all, and then we can get up out of here. All right, what we got here? If Cassandra talks, she loses. I haven't heard her say much, and the 2 things that I've heard her say, I can kind of comply with that. But I'm always up for a good political fight. I like when 2 equals are duking it out. I don't want, a superior and a deeply inferior person. So I want Cassandra to do her best. I want there to be a debate. That'll be dope. A debate, I think, would really be helpful. But I don't think that she has the chops to take on Jason, in my opinion. All right, what do you got here? Lots of good conversation back and forth. Burgundy, shout out to Burgundy Blue. Appreciate you, friend, always. Yeah, I mean, I just hate that we never saw them. And that was a big standing out point as well. Like we never saw them together. You saw Team House a lot of the time together or near each other or doing podcasts or interviews. We saw that. I never saw Tiffany interview any of her people. I know no reason to believe, no reason why I should have voted as a undocumented Daltonite. I have no reason. I don't know why I should have voted for them. Why? Why should I vote for them? I have no idea. Stan said he has work to do, and that's fine. And I agree. I probably wouldn't have just had him on the stage. That's all I'm saying. Like, I would not have had Stan Brown on the stage. And you kind of hear it from the audience when you go back and watch that video of them when they were giving their speeches and Jason House is introducing people. They don't seem to be too receptive of Stan. And I don't think, I can kind of understand why they do that, why they felt that way. I mean, remember, the last receipt that Tiffany dropped was what? A video of Stan Brown. So it just seemed it just seemed a little bit too early, too soon. You can still work with them. I can still say I trust you, but I'm going to verify. I'm going to keep you at arm's length, and that's about it. That would have been it in my mind. How many people voted her out? 3,800 people. Let's see real quick. All right, real quick. Shout out to you, Marie Lace Wiggs. Shout out to you. And here it is right here. You probably want to see the whole thing. All right, so out of 4,400 ballots that were cast, 536 were for Tiffany, 3,896 were for Jason House. And also something else I thought about when people are saying this is a low voter turnout. Remember, this is a Democratic primary. This is not this is not a general election. Now, the next one actually should be better because you will have independents and Republicans voting. But if I'm not a registered Democrat voter, I wouldn't be voting in this. So actually, I think this is probably better than you think it is. Because again, there's no, if I were a Republican, if I'm understanding correctly how they do in Chicago or in Illinois rather, if I was a Republican or I was an independent, a libertarian, I wouldn't be voting in here. So I don't think that that's actually a bad number now that I think about it. But if you're in Illinois and you have to vote, let me know, am I wrong about how I understood that? Where is Tiff? I don't know. She came back from the rap. No, I'm not. I got this bad feeling, Cynthia. I'm not going to get that rap tape. I got this bad feeling. I got this bad feeling about it. A lot of people saying that Cassandra should step aside. You don't think she has any chance of talking at all? Of giving him a run for his money? I would interview Cassandra. I don't know how you all would feel about it, but I've looked at 2 of her interviews. I'd have her on. Absolutely. I mean, I had Nate on the other day and he did a great job. And matter of fact, the questions from the audience became better than the questions that I had planned. And I thought I had some good questions. So look, if Cassandra would want to, I would absolutely have her come on. I'd probably ask her 2 or 3 good questions and then let y'all ask questions. I don't see any problem with that. I think that's actually a good thing. I didn't see Keith Price yesterday. I mean, he went at the after party. Nobody was at the after party. Let's just tell the truth. Nobody was there. So that being the case, no, I didn't see Mr. Price at all. Yeah, 4,500 voted her out. Oh, go get back to work, Epiphany. Thank you so much for stopping through, though, for real. This is interesting. That's a great point. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Said, what stood out to me is nobody acknowledged Jed's contribution. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think about that yesterday, but you're right. I mean, I saw him at the event and so forth, but you're correct. Nobody said, shout out to Jedediah and such like that. Interesting. Yeah. Great point though. Ken looks like she's slimming down. She looks like she's been hitting the gym. It's beginning to show and look. Okay. Correctional officer for the lockdown. Okay. I like it. Chicago Red. See, I'm going to have to put you, we got to put you back in timeout, friend. Yeah, a lot of people weren't feeling it. We're feeling brother Stan. Stan was moving funny. So I get it. But part of being professional is putting your differences aside and handling business. I agree. All I'm saying is, this is all I'm saying. Everything that Jason is going to do and said with Stan Brown, I think would have been fine. I just don't think he needed to be physically on the stage. There's a level of affirmation. There's a level of support that him coming up there, speaking on the stage. In my mind, Lady T, I feel like he created a little bit of an interesting scenario. He could have easily said, we got Stan Brown. He's a senior trustee. We're going to be looking forward to working with him. We thank him for coming to support us here and show his solidarity with us. We're looking forward to working with you, Stan. Thank you so much. And never had Stan Brown grab a microphone and never had Stan Brown step on the stage. That's the only thing. Like, I know I might be super petty, but him standing on the stage, I feel like gave, and you, if you go back and watch, you hear the audience is not feeling it. So I'm like, I know I'm not crazy because I'm like, they're feeling the same thing. But I mean, all the working with them, I agree. He's got to work with them. So. All right, let me see. Lots of good conversation back and forth. Mrs. Yo-Yo say, look, I was just surprised she didn't show up. I'm not actually surprised. And let me tell you why. The last video she dropped when she was outside, she was like by the car, and we were kind of joking, Chicago Red and Epiphany and I and Mandy were joking, saying she looked like she was walking down the street. That time was about 6:10, 6:15. That's what time it was when that video was being filmed. At about 6:40, somebody posted the video of the empty ballroom where her celebration was going to be. So this is me. She was outside of that event. That's what I think happened. She was outside of it, and she saw, like, I'm going to get shellacked. I'm not going to win. And she knew that. And she also knew that nobody was there to support her. And so she didn't go in. That's what I think happened. Wow. House will probably get 91% of the general. But there's 3. Isn't there a Republican running as well? Or is it only him and Hobson? If it's just him and Hobson, then yes. But I thought there was a Republican running. So you gonna say Hobson and the Republican are gonna have to split 9%? Wow, that's messed up. I think if you analyze Tiff's energy yesterday, then you will see that she was tired of faking the funk. She didn't want that Dalton job. She was trolling us to feed her narcissism. Okay. I can give you this, Lion of Judah. I can give you this. Only thing is, I think it slipped out of her. I think she wanted it. I think she wanted it, but I do think by the end of the day, she knew it had slipped away. So by the time she did that school video, she realized that the grip on this job my grip is slipping. And of course, by the time she did the outside walking on the side of the road video, it was a wrap. But I think she wanted it. I just don't think she wanted it enough to make some corrections. And one of those corrections is getting the right people around you to give you advice about how to get this job. She's going to have her Hennessy. Yeah, I absolutely believe he had to work together. She still can feed the people. You think I really want that album. I want that song. Yeah. So y'all would, okay. I mean, if Cassandra would want to come on, I really believe that my producer has reached out to her. And I could be wrong, but I mean, if Cassandra want to come on, I'd gladly have her come on. I don't have like a bone to pick with her or axe to grind. I just want to have good conversations. So if she'd want to come on, say less. Let's do it. If y'all want to, but y'all got to make sure y'all tap in though. I don't know what happened to William Moore. Hopefully they'll go away. They seem to be real problematic. A lot of people don't like their interaction. So but we would only be, who is this correction officer? We would just be online though. We'd be online. What's the name of Jed was playing at the polls? It's KC or KS. I didn't think it had like a bona fide name. Let me pull it up real quick. I thought it was a good song, by the way. But I don't think it had like a true name. By the way, I have a playlist of all of the songs that we were playing yesterday. And I'm gonna drop that in here and then we'll pull up that song and I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Okay, it is called INA Exclusive. Yeah, that's all. And I'll pull it in real quick. Let's just check it out real quick. And who knows? Maybe Tiff will drop that video so we can at least have something to enjoy. You know, she told us she wanted us to bump it in her cars and stuff. All right, so can you just one in the chat when you can hear? Let's go. Y'all don't want to see me. There we go.
We're not taking this no more. Dalton, let's go. Tiff, you must think we stupid. You a lie, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea. Come and get that drink from me. You're right. We headed to them polls, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. All right, then call the roll. What God you representing? More like a super villain. Truth is your kryptonite was done in the dark, being brought to light. Right. Watching the truth unfurl, light eliminates darkness, girl. You had a chance to shine so bright, but greed wouldn't let you do things right. Fake charity, lining your pockets, ignore rules, money spending, just stop it. Big bingo, but you ain't got no budget. What are they doing? Swear we got millions, but when asked, you won't show it. Elections coming, so now you got receipts. Splicing videos you think we can't see. You do know we got YouTube. We can go back and watch what you do. And even though you refuse to show it, the truth is the truth, ain't no running from it. If you must think we stupid, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea. Come and get that drink from me. We headed to them polls, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. Alright, then call the roll. I pray God exposes your evil, removes wool from the eyes of his people. Protect those y'all been plotting on and scheming on, save them from all your evil. I pray, Lord, for the leaders who coming. Give them wisdom, they hit the ground running. Help them move with integrity, bring prosperity to the village who coming. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got to clean house. Let's go, let's go, let's vote. We got to clean house. Let's go. We gotta vote, voting for clean house. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We voting for clean house. If you must think we stupid, you a lie, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea. Come and get that drink from me. We headed to them polls, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. Alright, then call the roll.
All right. Shout out. This is a smooth jazz station. Oh, let's finish it up. We got this one as well. This is on my playlist.
I'm the alpha dictator in this game. Tiffany Henyard, you know my name. I bring the flame. Narcissist, come on, was it just a pawn in my domain? In Rock Island, I reign supreme. You feel the pain? And my ego's so big, it fills up the room. I'm a boss, a queen. Your downfall looms. You try to challenge me, but you're doomed. I'll crush you like a bug in my empire. I consume. I walk with swagger. My confidence sky high. You're just a puppet. I see through your disguise. I'm the puppet master. Pulling strings, don't even try to mess with me. You'll end up in prison. Say bye bye. Reminisce on the power I hold. The glory days. Nostalgic for the times when I set ablaze. My enemies, they trembled in my fiery gaze. I'm the ruler of this kingdom forever and always. So bow down, peasants, to the queen of the land. Unstoppable, my dominance grand. Tiffany Henyard, the one with the upper hand. In this ego-driven empire, I take my stand. Yeah, ego-driven empire. Bow down. It came in a dream, a future memory. Hey there, let me educate y'all. This is Tiffany on the block. I've been through it all. Ain't no stopping me now. From the days of dictatorship to the time in prison's grip, I rise above, never let them see me slip. Feeny and Dukes, Lewis, Lacey, names that bring me pain. But through it all, I've learned to dance in the rain. Those memories still haunt me, but I'm standing tall. Unstoppable like a warrior, ready to brawl. Let me educate y'all on the journey and bit. From the trippin' to the pen to the battles we see. Ain't no stopping me now as I break free from the chains. Unstoppable memories in my heart, they remain. I remember the nights filled with fear, locked in a cell, shedding a tear. But through it all, I found my strength. In the darkest hour, I'd go to any lengths. Tiffany on the block with a story to tell. A survival against all odds, I rose from hell. Ain't no dictator gonna hold me down. I'm reclaiming my power, standing my ground. Let me educate y'all on the journey a bit. From the trippin' to the pen to the battles we see. Ain't no stopping me now as I break free from the chains. Unstoppable memories in my heart, they remain. Through the pain and the heartache, I found my truth. In the midst of chaos, I discovered my youth. Every scar tells a story of battles fought and won. I'm a survivor, a warrior under the sun. Let me educate y'all on the journey a bit. From the trippin' to the pen to the battles we see. Ain't no stopping me now as I break free from the chains. Unstoppable memories in my heart, they remain. So here I stand, with my head held high. Unstoppable memories as time goes by. Tiffany on the block, ain't no stopping me now. I've survived it all, and I'll make it somehow. Sad that she's still instilled and just don't know.
All right. Appreciate you. That was fun. These are on a playlist, everybody, if you were wondering. This is the playlist right here. I'll drop it in the chat one more time. And you're welcome to check them out, all that kind of good jazz like that. I want to make sure that I don't want to take somebody's music, because there's some people who've done music and they're very professional, well done, and they're actual copywritten music. So I don't want to take someone's music. So I think somebody asked about the super producer. I think her music is copywritten, and I don't want to pull it over here and use it and not give her proper attribution or get her permission. So I got to make sure I have her permission, finding good. So I want to make sure I do that so we can do the right things according to them. And but yeah, this is the playlist. Y'all check them out. Have some fun with them. I mean, Tiff invited this, man. There was no songs. No, that's not true. There were songs before. I mean, mine was out. But in Go Political, these songs were out. However, she instigated this fight. She started it. Nobody told her to do that. She did it, and now we're here. So everybody, I want to say thank you so much for rocking with us. Thank you so much for tapping in today. I just want to hear what your thoughts were about being the Team House Invisible League victory and loss. What are your thoughts on that? All that kind of good jazz like that. So please make sure that you tap back in. I think we will be back on tomorrow. So I'll make sure you know ahead of time. We are, absolutely. This is the reparation program, Tiff. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yes, we're making money off of you. Absolutely. I want everybody to. Because it's, I mean, you keep laying them up. We just keep swatting them out of here. Absolutely. But I do want to say thank y'all again for not only last night, there were so many of you all in the chat. We had such a great time. I haven't done a long live stream like that in a while. So that was a lot of fun. It was fun to go back and do that. Shout out to Mandy and Chicago Red, as well as Epiphany, who hopped into the live chat. That was a lot of fun as well, or hopped on the panel. I do know that I will be doing some more panels. So just to give y'all a heads up, if you like that type of situation, 2 and 3 of us talking about a topic, we'll be doing more of those panels real soon. So just give you a heads up on that. So just keep your eyes out, and all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to get ready to bug up out of here. I do want to say last thing. Thank you so much for not only nearly 36,500 subscribers, but thank you so much for a fantastic month of February. My goal was to hit 1 million a million views. We got pretty close. We got 500,000. But you know what? The fact that y'all enjoy the content is more than enough. So I want to say thank you very much for that. We'll be doing it again next month in March. So don't worry about that at all. Got some good plans out there as well. Allegedly there are, Nathan. Allegedly there are. I can't say emphatically, but allegedly there are out there. There's some of them out there. Matter of fact, there's in Aurora. I mean, Richard Irving is the Republican mayor of Aurora, Illinois. So yeah, and he won yesterday. So shout out to Richard. But yeah. So I mean, there's some out there. There's some in the Southland and western suburbs, all that kind of good jazz. But y'all are cracking me up. Absolutely, she needs to change her name to Tiffany, the former mayor. You got to change your name to former mayor, Tiff, if you're going to be a part of the best live channel on the internet. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the day going. So I appreciate y'all. We'll see you again real soon. And until then, everybody, grace and peace. Take care.